How's it going, everybody? It has been quite a minute since the last time I have shown my face on this channel. However, it has been, there's been a lot of recent uploads, which is not huge. I have just completed my Into the Deep stop-motion series. I was 13 years old when I started working on this story, and it was largely because of the gap between the Hands of Time and Sons of Garmadon seasons, that 1 year gap in Ninjago sets because of the Ninjago movie itself. Now, around that time, there was a lot of custom Ninjago series that I was consuming at the time, and I was already doing my own for Hands of Time. So me and my friend, we got together and we wrote what originally was around 20 episodes long, really long, of Into the Deep, our own custom Ninjago series to fill that gap. Now, just due to some of my own time management skills at the time, as well as the scope of the project and cost of the project for someone who had no income, we weren't able to complete that in time. That has been something that has stuck with me for quite some time. So, all these years, almost 10 years later to the date, I have gone back and I have remastered that in this 4-chapter miniseries. The difference now, of course, is 10 years of gained experience. Camera, lighting, VFX, all of that has been able to improve because of this, and I really think that the series shines because of it and really stands out from other stuff on YouTube. Another big thing that differentiates making of this one to past videos I've made is this one was really made for myself to really produce it. I don't really care about the views, although for a channel of this size, the series has received some pretty good views. During the original pitching and making of this series back in 2017, I was very focused on what else was coming out at the time, comparing myself to other channels, to other series, and trying to match whatever they were doing. Whereas this one, I was able to step back, and because those people don't really make videos anymore, I was able to kind of approach this from my own way. To emphasize being my own way as well, I was also the only writer on this season, and while the initial idea did come from my friend back in the day, and he was the original writer of the old series, there's a lot that changed. For instance, the Genesis Rings was never really a plotline. Marinus as a character was very different. He was just called the Squid King and was just an ominous big bad guy. A lot of the stuff from the series is in the official Seabound series, which came much after our initial writing of Into the Deep back in 2017, with Seabound coming, I believe, in 2021. You may notice some similarities, and that is completely coincidental. Into the Deep was written long before that, and a lot of these similarities that crossed over are stuff that are kept from the original draft. With this miniseries, I introduced the lore of the Genesis Rings to this universe. There's one for Vermilion, Shintaro, Aquarius, and Ouroboros. Now, you're not going to probably see the direct Genesis Rings of the remaining 3 cities, at least not in my existing plans, but I would, pay attention to what some of those cities are for possible future adaptations of stories. Speaking of possible future, another series I never completed back in the day was our Sons of Garmadon series, which, look at that, I got a script. Something that really stood out, I think, quality-wise, standing out from a lot of other stop-motion on YouTube, because I'm not the greatest animator, that's pretty clear, but I am a professional visual effects artist, so what I think really stood out was the underwater effects of this season, particularly in episode 3, which had, I believe, over 30 individual visual effects shots that I had to work on. Something that I really liked about writing this Ninjago miniseries was being able to look back in retrospect, being able to write knowing what happens next. At the time of writing the initial draft, a lot of the stuff that has now come out was not even a glimmer in our imagination, so things like the royal family, the Sons of Garmadon, the Overlord returning, anything Harumi, that was not, or even like the idea of the 16 realms merging, that was not even remotely close to our ideas. So it was nice to be able to go back and write this season knowing that that stuff is stuff I'd like to explore possible in the future. And you can see from looking at some of the episodes, some of that stuff that I do want to explore in the future, such as the royal family and Hutchins appearing throughout this season, as well as that nice little tag at the end of Chapter 4. It honestly is a bit surreal that I'm finally done with this season. Like I said, I've worked on this for almost 10 years now, and to compare the original episodes that were released to the ones that I've been releasing over this year.
How hard can it be? Ninjago! So what now? I have an idea.
Happened. Well, what else happened? I don't know. He woke me up.
There's too many. We have to regroup. Elemental Masters, to me.
She believes we're not strong enough, Marinus.
It's calling to me.
What's this? I can't believe it. I haven't seen this in decades.
It is a night and day difference, and I think it really reinforces growth in me as a filmmaker in terms of production quality and even writing. I was a horrible writer back then, still not the best, but getting better. More to come soon. That's all I can say. Thank you all for watching this. Please remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.